Allie, you're in your antique shop, Patina's, taking in all the customers who are buying treasured pieces you've acquired and restored over the years. What would you be doing while Dia is covering the floor?
Uh, I think Allie is Dia's covering like the main floor, but I think every so often Allie would walk out as well,
Okay.
not to step on her toes or take any of her autonomy from her of the work
Yeah.
that she's doing. But if he sees someone looking at an interesting piece that he's got a connection to, or is like, oh, I could, this could be an additional sale, or if things are just busy, he'll maneuver through the floor, and I think he makes his way to one couple who's looking at a piece. It's this large uh, chair,
Hmm.
um, large, I should state, for like a goblin. For anyone else, it's doll sized. Yeah,
Okay.
this right here is a. I personally enjoy this. piece. It actually belonged to the king of Goblin Town long ago. It was
The king?
refurbished.
Oh,
Yes,
refurbished,
it was. Yes,
refurbished. Oh, that
we have to
sounds so
understand.
wonderful.
Yes, yes, you have to understand. Goblins are not the most akin to finery and keeping things maintained. So we had to ensure that the splendor of it, and you can see the filigree that they've put on here. We had to ensure that that was brought out. So, but if you have any questions about any of our other in our collection, please do let me know.
Oh, we definitely will. Thank you very much. And they're sort of talking to each other about possibly getting it, and they don't even need one, but the way you've described it, they're like, I kind of want this. Um, and then they're gonna continue looking around. Is there anything else that Ali does while Dia's clearly got it covered?
Yeah, I think outside of those times, he's back in his office.
Okay.
Uh, he's got the books for Patina's open, and he's just kind of scanning those, seeing where
Okay.
everything's at, maintaining the inventory. And
Hmm.
then next to that, he also has Dinkle's book open. And
Okay.
he's every so often just reading through the lines, looking in the margins to see any notes that were written by hand, if any areas are highlighted. He's trying to dissect not only the information of the book, but more specifically, who, what information within this others found interesting or important, and
Okay.
trying to dissect that further.
Okay. So can you please roll your sharp? We'll see how quickly you can
Yes.
find some stuff. If you, because you actually do have a couple of books that were from Dinkle's backpack. And you know that one of them was a self help book about how to get a girl.
Yep.
So,
He doesn't
yeah.
really look through that one. He'll glance through it every so often, but in his mind, the self help book was there because he's a sad college kid
Uh
who's
huh.
just like, I have no self esteem. How else do I get a girl?
Yeah.
And so for him, he's like, that's not really important. But the occult, that is an 8.
An 8. Okay. Um, all right. It takes you a bit of time to look through stuff, and you are looking through stuff in the margins. It might take you a bit longer to dive further into stuff, but you'll learn that hmm, you will learn that the symbols that you've seen before are tied to sacrificial rituals.
Okay,
Um,
the same ones that are on the pocket watch, the ones that were on the floor, those symbols.
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
But these ones that you're finding are much bigger and probably require more power. Um, but you'll need to take more time to actually look into this to discover more.
I think when he sees that, there's probably like a diagram in the middle of one of the pages. This like almost taking up the entire page with a couple
Mm-hmm.
notes printed in there that were a part of it, and then other scribbles on the margins. Um, I think he stares at it for a little bit, recognizing familiar like similarities within it, and looks up towards the floor of Patina's and just gazes out there for a moment before shutting the book.
Okay. Um, do you think you would make your way back out?
Yeah. After recomposing himself, getting centered, he'd make his way back out.
Okay. You see that it's getting a bit quieter because Dia has been obviously she's been on it this entire time, and you currently see her helping out an older couple and getting their details down for a delivery, and they're thanking her. A home delivery, and they're thanking her, and they're trying to actually give her a tip, but she refuses. Of course, she does. And they say their goodbyes, and she turns to you with the biggest smile on her face, and she briskly walks over and gives you a huge tight hug, and you can feel
Oh,
the warmth radiating from her, and you can smell the fresh flowers in her hair as she says, I can't believe I just did that. That was my first big sale. That was incredible. I helped them find exactly what they needed, and it was something I sourced. I really do feel like this is my calling. As she looks you in the eyes as she says that, while still hugging you.
I've been keeping my eye on you all day, and I must say, you are a marvel. The way you whisked about the room, the way you interacted and never pushed too hard, but also ensured that you were always pointing out the features that the clientele needed to see. You also ensured that any time there were little blemishes, they were not faults or failures, but assets. Things that made it extremely unique.
And that is exactly why I'm so passionate about this. I feel as though there's something perfect about imperfections. And this is such an opportunity, like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I've really got you to thank for it. And I'm really grateful that you took me on. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. I must say I'm the lucky one here. It's been a long time since I've had anyone as capable as you. Someone as driven. Someone as... And he thinks back to that moment of her turning down the tip. He goes, someone as honest and genuine. There are very few people in this world who would turn down a free hand. To many, the world is offered on far finer flattery, and yet you just want and love the work. I admire this about you, dear. You really are a marvel.
I think she finally lets go from the hug and is just like,
He's
really
also
glad.
like when he never like the hug was never reciprocated in the same intensity, but he did like put a hand on her back
Yeah.
of like, yes, of course, yes, this is fine.
Yeah, she just straight up pulls you in for a hug. And I don't think she's done that before, actually. I don't think she's ever been quite close, but she was so appreciative. She felt so good about all of this, and she just decided to go for it. And she looks up at you, puts a hand on your face, and just like, thank you. And takes a look at some of the gray strands of your hair sticking out underneath your hat and sort of lingers on it for a while. She sees you every day, and this is new. But then she sort of shakes that off and goes, "Oh, I'm surprised we're closing early for the day. Doing anything special?"
I have a personal matter to attend to.
Oh.
It's nothing of to worry about. It is, I'm seeing an old friend, and well, I don't get to see her often, and so
Oh.
Not that type of friend.
Oh. Okay.
No, she's she's my mentor. She's someone who has looked out for me time and time again, and has ensured there are ways within this world that we succeed. And I am a firm believer that no one does it alone. Everyone has help.
I can agree with that. And help is, when people can ask for it, I think that's a wonderful thing. Again, I'm glad to have been here for almost a year. And
has it already been a year?
Yeah.
God, how the time flies. And yet it also only feels like a day.
Yeah.
My, how time shifts in the eye from time to time. I should really stop saying time, shouldn't I?
It's ever present. It's something that is with us always. So we only have so much
Always.
of it. So, um,
Yes, yes.
but is there
Tis
anything I need?
fleeting.
Yes, yes.
No, no, there's. Please, go enjoy your day. What, do you have any plans? He pauses for a moment. Seeing anyone in particular? Anyone
Am I?
special?
I think she sort of is taken aback by the question. I don't feel like she's shared much with you. So she'll just,
And Allie catches that and goes, I'm sorry, I did not mean to press. I chatted with you. I was meeting with someone important to me, and I no
oh,
need
no,
to
no,
answer it.
that's fair. That's fair. I'm not meeting anyone. I am just going home today. But if you're wondering, there isn't anyone. I do have special people in my life, but it's not in the way you think. Um, and she sort of like clears her throat and says, "Okay, well, I'm gonna head off. I'll see you tomorrow."
Yes, absolutely. We'll continue this fine work in the morrow.
Thank
And
you.
before she leaves, Alabaster, like as she's at the door, the bell's rung of her leaving. Goes, Dia, continue to be exceptional. That's what makes this a wonderful world. Knowing that there are people like you.
Thank you. And she puts on her little satchel and ties her hair back, make sure the flowers in her hair are still in there, and heads out. Now, as you prepare for your next moment, is there anywhere in Patina's you would usually meet your mentor?
Yes. There is. There's nowhere in Patina's that's off limits to Dia.
Okay.
She can go in his back office, she can go, but there are areas that she doesn't know about. And
Okay.
one of those areas is behind a bookshelf. He literally walks up, and there's this little statue bust that he just pulls forward, and the bookshelf slides open, and in there is this lush looking room. It's it is it's dark, but like with deep it's dark paint. Almost, it's not black, but it's almost like a rich or dark blue
Mhm.
with rich dark stains, and like fine, you
Mm.
know, chairs and tables all throughout. It is a very fancy looking sitting room.
Mhm.
There's a fireplace in the corner, and it, for the aesthetic, like beyond the aesthetic, it looks like something that would have come from 1800s London.
Okay. That sounds beautiful. If it's a sitting room, is there like a really big mirror on one of the walls? Is there paintings,
Yeah,
um like books all around, like that sort of thing?
absolutely. Yeah, there's books, like this full library wall.
Mhm.
There's paintings that almost clutter the other walls almost too tightly, where
Uh-huh.
it's just like they're almost packed on top of one another, but it, as you look at it, it's very deliberate,
Mm.
and fills the aesthetic. And then above the fireplace, there's this large mirror, very similar to the one that he had looked in
Okay.
the day before, or the few days before, with that silvery patina on it, um, and
Mhm.
that this is a high quality mirror. It's got this
Okay.
beautiful framing um, around it and everything. So yeah, it's a high quality product.
As you're, I'm assuming, sitting, are you sitting somewhere on like a couch or something?
He makes his way over towards one of the corners where there's a little uh, drink rack and just
Okay.
pours himself a little dram of
Okay.
a whiskey, and then makes his
Nice.
way over to one of the fine leather couches and sits down,
Okay.
crosses his leg as he waits.
Okay. B and Damon, you're both at Damon's flat, and when you walk into Damon's flat, it's the walls are covered in black paint, portraits are hanging upside down, and you see Kevin furiously writing letters asking for donations from local shops and has spent countless hours researching loopholes in Damon's contract with the Registry of Cult Organizations, or ROCO, and trying to find whether loans and late subscription payments can be forgiven. And he goes up to the two of you and says, Senor, I can't find anything that would get you out of this. The best thing I can do is keep doing my research, unless you know someone with extra money. Maybe they can help you. Do you know anyone with that kind of money? No.
Kevin, it's fine.
Senor?
It's all fine. We're gonna get followers very soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I've been telling you, you need to trust the process. You need to trust the that the holiness of this mission is actually going to get somewhere. You're here because you believe in this, and if you believe strong enough, the money will never be a problem because followers will come, and once they come, the Roko will see the potential of our cult.
Yes, which is why, I've tried saying that you've got a new follower, and I thought I might be the first follower, but I think it's B here. I don't know if an apprentice.
You're still an intern.
So I'm not officially a part of the cult. I'm just an intern, but works for the cult. I'm very confused, Senor.
Do you believe in it? I thought I was only paying you because you needed a job, not because you believed in it. If you believe in the cult, I will register you as a second follower.
Well, Senor, if I didn't believe in you, I would not have nightly massage and facials sessions with you.
I mean, you could be doing that just because you want to be close to someone really cool.
I do think you're cool, and I do believe in the cause. And again, for the longest time, I thought that I was the first, but I guess I'm just.
I'm the second.
Apprentice.
No, I'm the second, actually.
B, can you roll your sharp, please?
I do not want to get involved in whatever this is. We're using D6s, right?
Yes,
D6?
2d6.
2d6. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I lost my character sheet.
That's right.
Oh, 2d6. Oh, good. Because I was like, that's pretty fucking low. 4 plus 3 plus 1.
So an 8? Okay. You try to make eye contact with Kevin, and he's kind of avoiding your gaze. But he also catches that you're looking at him and says, Senor, as the first member of this cult, I am going to show B the ropes. And Danielle, can you please take off your headphones? And
What's happening with Kevin?
You know, wait. I will not take out my headphones because the computer thinks that I took them off. But I will put the volume all down. Just make
okay, that's fine.
Some sounds when I.
La 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 la. Good. Okay. Danielle has muted us. If he hears this, he is a liar. Okay. Right. So, Kevin is taking you around. You're looking at all around. There's tables with like papers everywhere, but from Daimon, because Kevin is always trying to keep everything neat, but Daimon's always throwing stuff around, so nothing's ever where it should be, despite Kevin trying his best. And he sort of walks next to you and is just like, B?
Yeah.
What do you seek to gain from this?
From joining the cult?
She does air quotes.
Yes, like with the cult. Where do you see this going? Where do you see your involvement?
Honestly, I saw it more as like a community group. To me, it just seems like a place where people can gather, and I mean, a cult has a lot of. Well, I just wanted to get to know Daimon more. I just got kind of looped in with him and his team, and I'm trying to make people feel more comfortable with me. What about you?
He smiles a bit. I am here because I want more. I want to experience more. I want to see more, and I want to see where this goes. But if I'm being honest with you, B, I know who you are. And with a talent like yours, why are you wasting it on this community that might not even take off? You know, like,
She
and I promise I'm not trying to keep the community to myself. I'm just saying.
She adjusts her glasses and she goes,
Well, I appreciate the compliment. But being a writer, I mean, how can I write if I don't live? If I don't surround myself with the people, like, think of it. If I were to write about a cult romance, right, which is becoming very hot right now, how best, right? So, like, how best to do that then in this group where it's safe? Daimon does not threaten or scare me as a cult leader. There are some really scary people out there and really awful cult leader members. I think this is a safe environment for me to do research and to pull from as well. And also feel like he has someone in his corner.
And I think it's actually a very good and noble thing that you want to be in his corner. Of course, I want him to be successful, but I just think that there's more to you than you let on.
Me?
Yes, you. And he sort of walks over to another table. It's like his little corner of the room that Damon's allowed him to have.
oh no!
He pulls a book off the table, and it's a book by Anastasia Balenciaga Serafina Monroe, Mummy's Embrace, Tangled Heartstrings.
Oh, that one hurts. That one hurts. It was her flop. It was her flop.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, like I said, there's more to you than this. And he sort of gets a bit quiet for a while and says, I feel like I could help you in that regard. But I guess we can save that for another time. And he calls, okay, Danielle, come back.
I am back, and I did not enjoy seeing all of your facial expressions.
Well, they both come back out of the room, and he's just as chipper as ever and says, right, senor, is there anything else I need for you to do? Because I'm going to go hand out these flyers, and picks up a sack of flyers, and mail these donation letters. Anything else?
Yes. Those shoes in this apartment? You can do better.
He thinks to himself for a moment, just sort of looks off in the distance, looks back at his book, looks back at B, and says, right, yes, senor, I agree. I will see you this evening for your massage and facial. All right.
But better shoes.
I will find better shoes.
Can I have B slowly spiral?
Yes. Well, actually, he leaves. And then why don't you both have a quick chat? Maybe not saying too much, but have a quick chat.
You just see B goes,
Senor, I think we can all do better.
What's going on, B? You didn't like my choices of decoration?
No. This is a me thing, Senor. I think Kevin is incredible at what he does. And I just want to make sure I can live up to that, because I also want to make sure that I'm living up to my potential.
Well, Kevin was who was available at the time. But now I do feel like I've actually connected with someone who wants more.
That's what actually Kevin just said the same thing.
Don't you think that he just wants to be a part of something? Not live up to like the potential of what this life-changing organization could be? Looks like he's just like sucking up to my ass and not really having some initiative, you know?
I think, Senor, you really can't judge a book by its cover.
I mean, Kevin is quite plain, not very cool, but I will trust your gut. We've met for very, very little time, but your gut seems to be in the right place.
Si, Senor.
and she salutes awkwardly and goes,
Oh, by the way, if you need money, I can help.
Money? I don't need money.
don't you need, she points to all the flyers on the,
I mean, I can pay a membership fee.
A membership fee?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good start. Let me make some numbers.
Okay.
As you're sitting waiting for Mommy, you notice that the fire is getting a bit dimmer. And you know that when Mommy's around, darkness fills the room. And you stare as you see a shadow manifesting almost from the ground. A 7-foot tall shadow with claw-like tendrilless, made up that word, arms and glowing red eyes. Standing at 7 feet tall as she turns around to you and says, "Hello, Alabaster, darling. How are the old bones doing?"
Ellie takes a sip, swirls the drink, the ice clinking against the glass. Hello, darling. Oh, the aches and pains are returning. How kind of you to inquire about it, my well-being.
She floats over to you, rips off your hat, and takes one of her long claws and like runs her claw-like hands through your hair. And she laughs and tilts her head to the side. Anyway, do you mind if I go back to my human form? I'm a bit tired and I'd very much like to slip into something more normal. And you may get to see my new dress.
Whatever is more comfortable for you, darling. If that is something a little less dark, I support it.
And this is something that she rarely does. And I don't think you will have known her to be someone that'll just sort of not be in her shadow form. Unless she was absolutely exhausted, tired, or just felt like it. But still, very rare. Mommy walks over to the big mirror at the fireplace and looks into it. And what you see is she shrinks down from her shadowy form into a curvy, hourglass-shaped woman who appears to be in her 50s, is about 5'6", so she's not much shorter than you. She's got long black hair, and the front is curled in victory rolls. And she's got a necklace with a little pendant on it, and a green floral wrap dress. And she turns around to you and says, "Well, I've come to check in on you and see how our little offering is coming along. Your time is coming up, and from the looks of it, it's much sooner than you might think.
Ali, his eyes dart up to the strand of gray hair that's fallen over his forehead. Yes, I'm quite aware. It was a bit of a shock to see it. Though I do wish to remind you, I've never not delivered. In our 600 years of partnership, I've always come through. As for our little sacrifice, I have a few pokers in the fire.
And why aren't we moving this along faster? I think you can understand that while we have unlimited time, my patience is really quite limited. And I've
Because
given you more than enough time.
The last 5 people I've brought to you, you consider to be subpar. They, of course, were my competition. They were individuals that I wanted out of the way. That were, yes, corrupted, slightly damaged. But there was still more corruptibility to them, and yet you thought otherwise. Not good enough, I believe were the exact words you said. So I'm ensuring that I'm getting this one right. Because between you and I prefer never to see the gray again. And when I bring you this one, when I ensure that this next one is so pure, so delicious for you, that when they are corrupted, that the only thing you can do is say, I'm full. I can't take any more. Please, not another morsel. That we'll renegotiate our terms. Because I truly believe that what I have found is a diamond in the rough.
And you see that as you say this, Mommy is fiddling with the pendant that she has on her necklace. Can you please roll your sharp?
Why are you making me roll something really I'm sort of bad at? Oh, that's good. That's a 13.
Oh,
no,
crap.
sorry, an 11. Sorry, 12. I can do math.
13, 11, 12.
11, 12. Numbers.
Either way you pass. Either way you pass. As you look at this, something clicks in your head. As you've spent days, every time Dia has been on the floor, you've been reading through these books that you've grabbed from Dinkle's bag. And, I love that you rolled well because we're finally getting somewhere within this story.
Time!
If you were to compare the symbols on your timepiece to what you've seen on the portals, these markings are etched on her pendant. And all right. So, if someone were to wear a pendant like this, there's a couple of in the books, there was a couple of reasons that this might be. They've either been living for a very long time, or their life may not be as infinite as it seems. If someone were to obtain something like that, it's possible that the magic could pass along to the next wearer. Mommy sees you looking, stops touching the pendant and says, I need a name right now.
I'll give you 2. Because I am such a good partner. Before I do, though, I should note that there was almost a 3rd, but in my time of knowing this individual, I've determined that if I were to offer them up to you, you would rip my soul from my body and ensure that it suffered. As a young woman named Barbara, she is quirky and intriguing. But deep down, she wants the best for those around her. And I do believe that she would do anything for those that were hurting.
And how long have you known this woman?
I've been around long enough to be a good judge of character. Yes, I understand that. I had a few bad eggs in the batch, a few rotten apples, but I got complacent. It won't happen again. Before that, had I ever failed you with who I brought?
I can't say that you have.
Then trust
This
me on
has
this
been
one.
a good partnership, but I need to remind you that you don't have much time left.
I'm well aware of that.
So who's the second name?
He pauses, looking down at his drink. And as he looks, he can still feel her arms wrapped around him. The beat of her heart against his chest. My apprentice, Dia.
When you mentioned Dia's name, you notice that Mommy clenched her jaw and she says, "No. Find someone else. Find someone else."
This takes him back. I'm sorry. I did not realize that you got to dictate who I brought to you. That is not how this partnership works. I bring them, you deal with them. That has always been the rules, always been the way it works. You do not get to change the rules in the midst of the game.
Alabaster, darling, do you not remember that I can always end your contract sooner? She snaps her fingers and you take 2 points of damage. Alabaster, this is your final warning. Short of killing me, there's no way out, and I can assure you, you can't. And even if you did, you age normally, get to live, another 30, 40 years if you're lucky? Hundreds of years, and you're just going to throw it all away because you couldn't corrupt one good soul. She's out of the question. Find someone else. And she's gone.
How intriguing. He's just speaking to the ether, both to himself, but also knowing that Mommy has ears everywhere. Wherever there's darkness and shadows, that is where she also stands. Why is she so important to you? I offered you so much satisfaction, and you would turn that down for one measly person. And he pauses when he says that. No, I can't even begin to try to lie to myself. She is not measly. She is the purest soul I've ever met. So why won't you take her Why won't you save us both? He downs his drink. Mommy, we've had this partnership for some time. Honestly, I don't give a damn if you're listening right now. I'm just going to be blunt and frank with you. I've always been your dog on a leash. You say bark and I say how loud. If I'm going to find someone else, if I'm going to cultivate someone else, I need two things. I need more time. And I need your name. Think on those for me, will you, darling? Until then, toodaloo. He slams the drink, the empty glass down on the coffee table. The ice clatters a bit.
Gil and Ezzy. As you both open the stained glass door and cross the threshold into your childhood home, you're greeted by the very familiar Edwardian maximalist decor. The entrance hall has portraits along the wall, a coat hanger, an intricate brass floor lamp with an empire lampshade, lighting up the space with warm light, and the floor is tiled with geometric shapes and earthy tones. Before you can make yourselves known, though, you hear people speaking, and they're trying to keep their voices down in the dining room. Someone's talking to your mother, and the conversation seems to be pretty intense as you hear them say, "If I don't do something, he'll be trapped forever. Is that what you want? Victoria, I love him too. He was like a brother to me. But it's been hundreds of years if you haven't found a way by now. I have, Isaac. I'm so close. We could be a family again. If Kieran could escape Crowley once, he can do it again. Gil deserves to know his father. I just need one more soul. Victoria! Don't worry. They don't tell me there's more than one." Two things. Can you both please roll your cool?
At the beginning of this, Gloria said we would not need dice.
No, she said we wouldn't need our moves.
I said there'd be minimal rolling.
With a +0 to cool, a 6.
Which
I feel is fitting for something about my dad being mentioned.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is great because with a +1, I rolled an 8.
All right. So Gil, you hear Ezzy. I think you're fine, but Gil, Ezzy might have stumbled a tiny bit. But Gil, you're putting your coat on the hanger and knock it right over. So Gil, could you please describe your dog to me?
Yeah. Next to Gil, visible or not, is a small little, like, would be like a border collie, but it's a little too big. Isn't quite a husky because it's not tall enough, but it's like fur is the length and shape. And it's got the same where Gil has one blue eye and one shadow eye. The husky has one shadow eye and one blue eye. And it's just a small little dog that sits next to him, has amber fur that fades down into an ethereal white, and it just hangs out with him and does normal things normally.
Well, great, because a dog that looks just like that but isn't your dog comes running around the corner up to Ezzy while wagging his tail and jumps up with a paws on Ezzy's thighs.
Hello? It starts gonna like scratch him back, but
full on wagging his tail.
Since when did Mom get a dog?
Following the dog.
Since when did Mom get that dog?
Following the dog is your mother. Or following the dog is your mother and a tall, thin man with warm brown skin, curly light blue hair, circular glasses, loafers, tartan trousers, with a cable knit sweater and a collared shirt underneath. He walks up to Ezzy, as this is his dad, and gives him a hug, and then pulls Gillen for a hug, but if Gil says no, he'll respectfully put out a hand.
Hi, Dad. What are you doing here?
My boy, and he like, I'm here for tea. I'm here for tea.
You're
here for tea. Yes. Your mother invited me, and
Mom, did you know that he was going to be here?
I invited him.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have brought gifts. Oh God.
Well, we don't need gifts. The two of you are our gifts. The two of you are our gifts. Why don't we go to the dining room?
When did you get a dog?
Isaac actually steps in front and says, well, I know that you've been wanting a dog for a while, and I thought that this could be yours. If you want him.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, like, as he's going to grab the dog, like, give him like all the scritches, and yo, we've got a dog.
Yeah, we finally got a dog. That's so cool.
What's his name? Or looks under. Her name?
The dog's name is the dog in your head, as he says, I'm Scrippy.
Scrippy?
Mm-hmm.
Scrippy?
Scrippy.
I think
interesting choice for a name, brother, but okay.
He picked it. He told me his name's Scrippy.
Fascinating. Okay.
I heard that there's nice, delicious treats and meat snacks in the other room. And then Scrippy starts trotting over to the other room.
I think I'm standing behind Ezzy, staring directly at our mother. Just staring her down.
She's also just looking at you, but she's messing with her necklace.
Okay. Well, I guess it's time for tea.
Yes, my boys, please, let's have tea. And as you see, there's like an assortment of like afternoon tea trays out, and every single one of you has your own. You could choose between a savory one or a sweet one. You could choose one that's all cakes. It's really up to you, because your mother just wants you to have whatever the hell you want in your lives. So she's sitting down, and she just and Isaac sits next to her, and Scrippy has his head on Ezzy's lap. And it's just like
passing him like little smoked meats here and there. Like he gets like cheese and stuff.
My favorite's peppered salami.
Mom, can you pass the salami?
Of course, dear, of course. Oh, I'm so happy to see the both of you here. It's been so long, and oh, my darling Gil, it's been way too long since I've seen you at tea. I know it's probably been only 2 weeks, but it's been way too long, and I see Ezzy every week, and Ezzy updates me all the time, and I know that you're busy, but it's really nice to see you, all of us together.
Yeah, nice to be here. Yeah, Gil, not Gil, I'm Gil. Ezzy makes sure to fill me in every time you ask where I am, so glad to know.
You could always just tell yourself.
You're right. You say that every time you bring up. Anyway, thank you for the cakes, and we'll like just take like one of the like little like savory cakes and have like like the little like matcha tea and a green tea cake and a strawberry cake and have them in front of him.
And Victoria is just eating her, like she's taking a sip of her smoky Earl Grey tea and taking a bite of one of her croissants. And she speaks to Ezzy and says, my dear, have you seen Dia? I haven't heard from her this week.
No, the last time I saw Dia was at tea, actually.
Oh, okay, well, interesting. Well, maybe I'll see her later on this week.
Was she supposed to be here too? Or...
No. I was going to meet her later this week, but usually she calls and checks in. She's been very busy with a new hobby of hers, so I thought that maybe she would have told you about it.
Wait, she has a new hobby?
Oh, yes. She is working in some sort of she's working in a curator shop, and
she's working with knickknacks.
Yes. It isn't something I expected Dia to do, but she seems to be enjoying herself. But we can pay no mind to that. She's probably just busy. But yes, yes. And she just like she's trying not to look Gil in the eye, and she just keeps playing with her pendant. If either of you are looking at the pendant, you'll see that there's stuff on it that looks familiar.
Would it be?
Go on.
I was gonna say, would it be something that the site would pick up on easily because it lets you just see magical things?
Yeah, there is magic radiating from it. You also notice that there's symbols on it, and you have seen them before, but you haven't done any research into them. But you definitely know who has information on stuff like this because they have Dinkle's books. So it might be worth speaking to them later on.
And also, just to see, I don't think I've ever tried to really manipulate Mother before, but I want to try to read her mind and just be like, oh, that's a nice necklace. And see what her thought is on that.
Okay. Outwardly, she'll say, oh, yes, it's been with me for a long time, dear. I'm surprised I've never actually worn it in front of you. And in her mind, your mother's mind has always been closed off to you. And if you've ever tried to enter her mind, you were never really successful. Your mother's probably one of the hardest people to read. But for whatever reason, you see the same vision that you had the night that you felt enormous amounts of pain. There's flashes of red, screaming, roaring fire, blood, bones cracking. And can you please roll your cool?
So cool. So good. So, that's an 11.
Oh, great.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
you do not...
Hey, I can handle the extra planar. I just can't handle talking to my mother.
Emma would be so proud. Right. So, you don't pass out as this happens. But what does happen as you go to grab your tea, you slowly realize that your hands are going through it. And you suddenly fall through your seat and onto the floor, and you feel so viscerally like your soul is draining from you. And this happens in front of everyone at the table. How does Ezzy react?
What happened? What are you
Nothing, just tired.
Why are you on the floor?
The pain is so horrible. Just tired.
What? Sometimes we all fall asleep for a second.
Your mind links to your mother's, and the flashes of red and the screaming and the roaring fire are just becoming like it's overwhelming your senses. And can you please roll your tough for me? Kick some ass.
Can I?
Oh, got a -1 to this. Cool, that's a 6.
How Gil is mentally doing right now? Because I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, please. I mean, I would. Okay, look. Here's what happens. Right, I rolled a freaking double 6.
Yeah,
it is clear on Gil's face that he's in a ton of pain, and you are starting to feel as if you're gonna pass out. And your mother comes next to you, and she's like screaming your name, like, Gil, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how Gil would take that, but she puts her hands over you, and her necklace is starting to glow. And again, Ezzy, the symbols look really familiar, but you know that one person has the books, and has likely been doing research into what's been going on. Before we turn away from this moment, how is Ezzy feeling? How is Ezzy reacting?
Ezzy would look at his brother on the floor, his mother reacting the way that she's acting. For a split second, I'm going to look to my dad and see how he's reacting to all of this.
Okay.
Does he look calm? Does he look worried?
No, he looks worried.
Okay. On the opposite side of where my mother is, Ezzy is going to like rush to Gil's side. And I think for the first time since it has been brought to his attention now. Okay. Can I, would this count as investigating a mystery? Because I want to figure out what's wrong with my brother.
It could, yeah. But what questions?
Or read
would
a
you
bad
want?
situation.
Yeah. I mean, what would that be? That would be your.
It's sharp.
Okay.
Can I hex him to make this harder for him?
You're way too much pain.
Get out
You're
of
way
here.
too much pain. You're like on the verge of passing out. Like you're definitely
let
going
me
to pass
love
out.
Hey, if you think he still wouldn't try and make it so that he is doing everything he can to make sure nobody ever gets a read on him.
You let me try, okay? Let me love you.
No.
Yeah, if Ursula has to let people love her, so does Gil.
Different game, Gloria.
I know.
But that is a rolled 9 minus 1, so I got an 8.
Okay, so read a bad situation. You can ask me one of the questions on the list, or if there's a specific one that you have in mind.
Hold on. Okay. I'm asking you a very specific question, Gloria.
I'm freaking terrified.
Don't be terrified.
I'm terrified.
Why are you terrified?
I don't know. I'm scared.
So I have 2 bouncing in my head. I'm gonna go with the latter just because it's more fucked up.
Okay. Oh.
From looking at Gil, looking at my brother wincing in pain, and then I look up at my mother and, Mom, what did you do?
Your mother looks so hurt.
I know.
She looked so hurt. And she just starts crying as she's trying to fix your brother.
What's wrong with what's? I feel like
go ahead.
In this first time of like, kind of like Ezzy piercing, into this little facade that Gil has like built up. I think this is the first time that Ezzy actually feels Gil's emotions and like what they're feeling. So
I think if you're going for emotions,
yeah,
it's pure numb. You don't feel anything, not because there's nothing there. You don't feel anything because he has repressed everything so far down, he doesn't allow himself to feel anything anymore. Because if he can distract his mind, he can distract his pain sensors.
And at this point, Gil passes out from the pain.
Mom, we have to help. We have to help him.
We're going to help him. We're going to help him.
What's wrong? What happened? We heard you earlier.
What did you hear?
You were talking about Gil's dad. Talking about him being somewhere, and I know you know something, and looks at my dad.
And Isaac is looking at Victoria and is looking at her like, we should probably tell them.
Tell us what? Also, My brother is passed out.
I think Isaac's trying his best to pick up Gil and bring him
Can we
to
get him to
a
the
couch.
couch, please?
Yes. And I think the question you just asked was, what's wrong, right?
Yeah.
And your mother just responds, Gil's father is trapped in hell. A day or so has gone by, each of you having your own little moments, seeing people you care about, trying to figure out what you're going to do about each of your situations. And this morning, you all got a call from Teresa as she's asked you all to meet her later this afternoon. But before we get there, there's a few things that need to be taken care of first. Gil, you're in your apartment recovering from the pain you've experienced over the last few days, and your family made sure that you got home safely. You've seen better days, and you're a bit sore, but you're able to move around just fine today. The phone rings again, not much longer after Teresa gives you the call, when you hear there's a kind, soft voice on the other end. Hello? Is that Gil?
Did I pick up, or is this an answering machine?
I don't know. Well, no, it's you. I hope you picked up.
Okay. Yeah. This is Gil.
Hi, it's me, Colin. Is this a good time to talk?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fine time.
Well, I just wanted to check in on you because you didn't show up for the workshop yesterday, and I thought, well, and of course it's absolutely fine, but it was unlike you, so I wanted to see if you were okay.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Just had a small family incident that it happened, and I forgot to update you. I apologize for
I'm
that.
so sorry to hear. Do you need anything?
No. No. I'm
Oh,
fine. But did you did you want me to need something?
well, it's just, this might be a little bit silly, but I thought if you didn't show up, you might have had a cold, so I made a pot of chicken noodle soup, and I thought I might bring it over. Only if you were comfortable with that, of course. And I am helping out at a food drive later, so I can stop by for a bit along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Even without a cold, soup is always appreciated.
Oh, great. I assume you give him your address and everything. And he says, "All right, I'll be there soon." And maybe 15 minutes pass. But what is Gil thinking about in this time?
If it's been a couple days since tea, I think what he's doing is making sure that no cracks show of any kind. So going to the mirror, making sure that his resting face goes back to just like the casual, unbroken smile or like resting face he has. There's nothing really to clean, but I think he busies himself by cleaning just because it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't have people over. Like, there's nothing to put out. It's not like he's got a lot of like food to prepare or anything. And it would be strange to prepare food when someone's bringing you soup. So he doesn't do that. So I think instead he just kind of like goes over and makes his bed because it's the only thing that has the capacity to get dirty, and cleans that up and then sits and waits.
All right. Okay. Then there's a knock at the door.
Hi, welcome.
Hello. May I come in? And he is holding in one hand a little Tupperware of soup, and in the other hand, he's got a bouquet of flowers already in a vase. May I come in?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You didn't need to bring.
Well, of course I did. Of course I did. And he puts. He looks around for a bit, trying to get a lay of the land. I think I asked you this earlier. Is it open plan?
Essentially, yeah. Like it's one of the flats that like you would use like the couches to shape where the rooms are, but he doesn't have enough couches to shape. So it's essentially a large room walled off with two doors, one for a bedroom, one for a bathroom.
Okay. So then he looks around, notices the kitchen area, but still asks you, would you mind leading me to the kitchen?
Sure. Yeah. Right this way. And we'll take him and probably take the roses or the flowers from him, and put them on just like the table he has that has one chair next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think he immediately goes into, like, I think he noticed that you might have. Actually, would you like to oppose me on whether or not he notices whether or not you're like in a bit of pain or not feeling great?
I would love to oppose that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Can I jinx him?
I guess.
Cool. I would like to do so.
Okay. How
So
are
it's
you
a
doing
roll
this?
plus weird.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to hurt him in any capacity. I just want to make that roll harder for him. I
Well,
don't. But no, I do, because it's not a sharp roll. That goes from a failure to an extreme success. Not extreme, but it brings it up to a 9. I rolled a 6 and I get a 9 on that. I'm just so used to failing in this game.
Okay.
So
Right.
yeah,
So,
then it would just subtract 1 from the roll he just did.
well,
And then
you got
I'll
a
roll.
10.
Okay, well now I'll roll for, what would it be? Cool? Charm?
I think
What do you
cool.
think?
I think cool because you've been in quite a bit of pain.
No, I got a 3.
All right. So he
I'll mark the
notices.
experience.
Yes, please mark experience. He notices that you've not been feeling great, and he says, "Oh, I know that it might be wrong of me to say, but here, please take a seat. I'll take care of this." And he like takes out pots and pans. Like he makes himself comfortable in your home, and he gets this soup prepared for you. And he, if you were to even try to get up, he would just be like, "Let me take care of you here." And once, after a few minutes, the soup is warm, and he puts the bowl in front of you, and do you taste it?
Yeah. Gil will be polite. He'll eat the soup.
Okay. When you taste it, the flavor is warm. It's seasoned perfectly. The veggies and the pasta are the perfect texture, and the chicken isn't overcooked and jerky-like. I hope you enjoy it.
Great. Probably the best thing that's ever been reheated in this kitchen. Thank you.
It's an old recipe, and I'm glad that I could share it with you. While you're eating the soup, Gil, there's suddenly a thunderous, lightning crashing, sounding knock at the door.
Gil!
Oh, you didn't happen to invite my brother along with you, did you?
No, I didn't realize you were expecting company. And Colin just
wasn't.
starts gathering things and is getting ready to leave.
Gil!
You don't need to pack up so fast. I'll go see what he needs. And we'll walk over to the door where I can hear my brother being the menace he is. May I help you?
Open the door!
It's open.
Open the door!
Now I can see you.
Okay,
It's
and
open
like-
even more. Are
as
you a
you
fucking
open-
vampire now? Did mom
Okay.
change something?
Like, as you open the door fully, as he just like rushes in with like 17 different bags, it's like, okay, I didn't know what soups to get you, so I got all of them. I didn't know if you had eaten today. Also got you medicine and a blanket, and yeah, and just is like slightly hovering above the ground. It's just like, are you gonna help me with the bags?
Yes, but you might want to come back down to Earth for a second. Someone
Why?
else decided to stop by today. So,
You have friends?
anyway,
Colin waves. Hello, I'm Colin.
Drops the bags. You hear like eggs cracking. Oh. And who?
friend
might
from
be-
work.
A friend from work.
Yes.
Oh.
And he had the same thought you did, where since after our family incident the other day, I had to miss a workshop, and he just wanted to make sure I was feeling okay.
So you came to check on my brother. And like Ezzy is like going to walk around, kind of like still hovering off the ground just a little bit, and like does one of the whole like fingers walking across Colin's broad shoulders. That
You need to forgive him.
Oh.
He's overzealous when he meets new people.
It's honestly, it's perfectly fine.
and like pops out from behind him like, Gil, you didn't tell me that he had you didn't tell me anything about him, actually. And just like squeezes his arms just a little bit.
I would appreciate it if you didn't just simply be overly physical with every person you meet.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's
just
fine.
very affectionate.
I appreciate affection. I do carry a lot of
Are you affectionate with my brother?
Well, Gil, it was nice seeing you. I do need to. No. I do have somewhere to be. Thank you so much. And he like gathers his things and he sort of like leaves. But
We'll see
the
you
flowers.
tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. It was nice seeing you, Gil, and I hope you do feel better soon. And then he's gone.
So I have a question very quickly before my brother yells at me for being me. While I was interacting with Colin, and specifically when I was walking across his shoulders, did I get any emotions coming off of him?
You would have felt he was feeling very shy, like sort of taken aback by it and almost like embarrassed, but not in a way that's like absolutely debilitating. It was more like, I didn't expect that this was going to happen today. I thought it was just going to be me and Gil. Like that, those are the vibes that you're getting.
Right. Now, when I asked the question of the affection part, what jolted up then? Because his whole vibe shifted.
I think you can gather with a. I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
I'll roll if you want me to.
No. You sense that there's a bit of a crush. You sense there's a bit of a crush. And as he can roll with it however he wishes. Oh, goodbye. I don't even think you said your name.
Oh, hi.
You did not.
And I'm like,
you simply walked in and put your hands all over him.
I'm going to like blink in front of him. So sorry. Oh, sorry. Hi. I'm Eziel, Gil's brother. Again, so sorry. I didn't want to get. I was just taken aback because not many people care for my brother, and I'm sorry for coming off a little strong. I was just very happy to see that there's somebody that he let in.
No, honestly, it's perfectly fine. And he sort of looks down at his shoes, and you can see that he's blushing a bit. And he says, "Well, I do. I do have somewhere else to be. I do have somewhere else to be." He's volunteering, and he explains it to you. So he's like, "Again, I appreciate you trying to keep me around, but I do have to leave. Thank you." And he's gone. He's gone. He's officially gone. No one can blink in front of him anymore.
You're going to that shuttle plane right with him.
I'm sorry.
You and Daimon can live together in the shadow planes until you die.
I think he might like that a little bit, but I'm sorry. You could, if you would have just told me that somebody was bringing you food, then this would have been fine.
How did I know you were coming over? How could I have told you?
Every day for the past 3 days.
And I said stop coming each day.
And I still came each time.
And that's on you. That is on you.
I'm a good brother.
Not on me.
I'm a good brother.
I didn't say you weren't. I was worried about you. But also, I will need to find a solution for the blinking because he doesn't know we can do that. So that's going to be a fun conversation next time I see him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
I forgot.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, I'm a little excited.
It's fine. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Got swept up in it all. We understand. Happens a lot. Yep. No.
Grabs the bags. And starts putting stuff up, pulling out like pans to like cook for you and everything. He has a crush on you, right?
Yeah. He gave me this necklace and like pulls up the like necklace that he's been wearing for like the last 5-6 days.
Oh, he's the one who gave you that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to do anything about that?
I thanked him for it.
With what? Words?
By saying, thank you for this gift. It's very nice. And then he ran away into his office.
Just using word. Ugh. Anyway, so you're telling me? Okay, actually, I'm supposed to be taking you to Teresa's. And like grabs like what he's like made, like a little egg sandwich real quick, and is just like, here, eat something. But so you used your words.
Yes, that's what you do when you don't tell people that you have supernatural abilities and you want them to just think that you're a normal person because you want one person in the world to not look at you strange. You use your words, brother.
And you know he likes you.
Assumed.
And you used your words to not tell him that you like him back.
Sometimes it's better not to give false hope.
You brought him into your apartment!
I did not. He showed up like you.
What? Hold on. So I walk in and this is happening. And what? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Don't we have somewhere to be?
Yes, we do. And you should be with him. Why do you not want happiness?
We should be addressing the problem that is hindering the town. That's where we should be.
We'll figure that out. That's, of course, we'll get that together. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Get it
for ruining
together,
your
sure.
date.
It wasn't a date.
I think
It was somebody dropping soup off on the way to the food shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just so happens to be somebody that you like and they like you, and he got you a gift. I wonder if he's ever written into the column before.
That's the last thing I need is you talking to him through a...
Oh, wait!
Anyway, I'm leaving.
It's like...
And Gil walks out his own front door.
Okay.
Like,
we can walk and finish, but I'm leaving.
As he's gonna shut the door, and just as he's walking behind you, is like, so maybe if we do like, and just goes down like a laundry list of all of the ideas for the first date of Gil and Colin.
Oh, that's really cute. And while you're doing that, while you're heading to Teresa's, we are going to zoom on over to figure out what B's up to. B, your monthly car checkup at the car store is this morning. And not because it's someone trying to swindle you out of money, but because you meet up with your friend Sal to catch up on your adventures and also to fix your beat up car. You see that Sal is working underneath the hood, and she's got her hair up in a loose bun at the top, a red bandana tying it up, and has a few blonde curls falling out at the front. And she's wearing a light blue jumpsuit that's rolled up to her biceps and is wearing sensible boots. And she shuts the hood of the car and says, B, I don't know what to tell you. At this point, you're better off buying a new car. But you're just wasting your money trying to fix it.
No, but she's been with me for so long, and this old girl's still got a few more years left on her. I know it.
And she kind of lays over it dramatically.
Sal will sit up like opposite to where you're laying dramatically on it and pats it and says, well, come on, I've got 10 minutes before my next appointment. I want to hear about what Anastasia is up to lately.
She leans to
Okay.
like, runs up and puts a finger up to her mouth.
Okay. Well, how's it going? How's research going?
I'm a flop.
A flop? At what point have you ever been a flop?
The mummy's embrace.
Oh.
Someone knew about it, and they brought it up to me, and all I could think of was how much I'm failing, and I'm trying.
And she pulls out her book and she's like,
Look, I've been taking notes on all these guys that I've been meeting, and I'm thinking like reverse harem situation, but then their emotional dynamic and relationships are so fucked up that it's really hard to pull inspiration from it.
and she has like a Venn diagram with like lines over here and over there.
So
I mean-
really, I'm doing my best,
and I'm gonna come back stronger than ever.
B, have you, I mean, I don't think you have, but have you ever thought of, like, or considered writing a sapphic novel? If the men are the problem, it might, maybe you need to sort of, I don't know, find a different avenue.
Women.
Women?
Women. Why did I never put that together? I should write about women!
Exactly. And I think, look, if you're looking for your next big hit, if The Mummy flopping, like, honestly, B, when you were talking about the bandage sex, I just like the bandages literally having sex. I was very confused by it.
Well,
And-
some people are into that kind of tie-up thing, and I guess it also wasn't very culturally
But-
appropriate, so I understand why it flopped. I understand. I'd be better.
You like there's a ton of bars we can go to that I can take you to. Maybe you could find inspiration there at some point, but like I don't know. But like, actually, that reminds me. So speaking of writing, you ever find out who gave you that pen?
Oh, pulls out the pen.
I just remember you told me they were a very incredibly friendly person. Met them maybe a year ago, and I thought they might have shown up to more of your book signings.
She flips the pen. She goes,
No, actually. But it's really, really cool. Want to see something?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Tell me something that you're. Okay. What do you want to happen right now?
Right now. Okay, the
Right
first
now.
thing the first thing that pops into my head is seeing two mummies making out in the back of your car.
Okay, I'm a little scared to
But
do that.
I don't know. But I don't know. Wait, what does this pen do? Do you write on a piece of paper and like it's
she taps her head. She gets up really close to Sal. She's like,
It makes what's in my head come to life.
and I think Sal's like, I don't know if Sal has a look on her face like she doesn't want to believe that that's true. And it's like, like I said, I have another appointment in 10 minutes. So maybe I don't want to see two mummies making out in the back. If it's real or not, maybe we think a little bit smaller.
Let's think small. So, what's your favorite thing to eat?
I really love a big giant tray of lasagna.
Okay. So, all right.
and she uncaps the pen.
All right. The two women commiserating, standing over the husk of a broken car with the heart of a soldier, decide that there would be nothing better in their lives than a steaming large, oh, that sounds so sexual, a large, warm, beautiful pot of lasagna.
And in front of you, you want to describe how it pops out?
I feel like it just slams down onto the hood of the car and the car alarm goes off and she's like, oh, okay, stay there. And she
Makes a dent in the hood.
she's like, oh God.
Look, I can I put this in the freezer? I might take it home. but that's
You
all
can
right.
have it. But do you see, though? Do you see how much power this holds?
I think that's pretty incredible. And I mean, if you use that to write your novel, or maybe you write that you have a hit, maybe that could, I mean, I know you wouldn't do that. I know that you're very much someone that has a lot of integrity, and if you need help, maybe you can write that you want to find inspiration. Maybe you'll find it.
I could. But I also want to make sure I can do it myself.
And you can. I know you can. And honestly, if it's the men that's the problem, again, I can take you to a ton of bars around here that would probably give you a bit more inspiration. But
Now
they-
that you mention it,
And she turns her.
my contact Teresa. Do you think she's single?
Therese, I don't know.
And she's flipping through her notes for anything she's written on Teresa.
You would know that Teresa is a very much business woman. She rarely has any time for fun. She's working all hours of the day. And the last you saw, I think, was she was laying on her chaise longue in front of the window, ready to go to bed, but you all forgot to close the portal and she was just exhausted.
When your work becomes your life, where does love fit into that? We open on a scene of an exhausted woman laying on her chaise lounge. Yet another mission gone awry. If only there was someone to hold her, someone to take care of her, someone to ask her how her day was, instead of asking others constantly how theirs was. So begins the story.
Okay, this is great. This is great. And she pauses and she turns to Sal. Thank you, Sal. You're incredible. And she gives her a big hug.
Oh, she hugs her back and says, like anytime, really. And I'm glad you're finding your inspiration. You deserve the world. You're amazing. Please don't let that one weird book bring you down. It's fine. No, B, it's not bringing you down, B. It's not.
It's not bringing me down because women are going to raise me up. And she dives into the car, but she can't get in her door because her car door doesn't work. So she climbs in the other door to crawl over the console to get to hers.
And as you're pulling away, another car pulls in, and there's just like this older man wearing a top hat and a monocle, and he's like, well, I hope I've arrived at the scheduled time. And you part ways, and you make your way to Teresa.
What is this monocle?
I wrote it, and I wanted to say it.
I'm like, Mr. Monopoly Man.
All right, so now that you're on the way to Teresa's, we are going to hop over to a place called the outside of Patina's. And Allie, as you're walking out of Patina's to meet everyone at Teresa's, you notice that someone is walking straight towards you. He's dressed in a very nice suit, wearing a bowler hat. And my dearest Allie, do you remember that luck point you used?
Yep.
Right. Great. You'd recognize this person as Barry Sullivan, a well-connected criminal.
Okay.
He walks up to you and he says, hey, Basti boy, you old so-and-so. This is your place, huh? I was stopping by because, well...
Barry, yeah, how you doing, Barry? Yeah, no, it's good seeing you. It's good seeing you. This is just one of the spots that, I've been keeping an eye on, staking out. It seems to have a couple of good things in there. There's some broad that runs the spot, forget my way in. But yeah, what brings you around town? What brings you here?
Well, I was wondering if you got any of those who's it what's this that you stole off my truck all them years ago.
Hey, whoa, no, that was a fare. That was not theft. I am no thief. All right? I am a procurer and distributor of goods. It just so happens that a crate or two fell off your truck. It's not my fault that you didn't latch it down very well. But if one of those items were to have made its way into my possession, what you looking for?
I know that they're long gone by now, and you know that they were worth a fortune. You know they were worth a fortune, and I know you know it was you.
Hey, no, yeah, all right. Well, how about this, Barry? How about this? In the next job I do, I'll cut you in on it. 70-30.
Are you trying to make a deal with me? You trying to make a deal with me? Somebody you stole from? Do you think I'm that? Do you think I don't know anything? Do you think I was born yesterday?
No, I know you weren't born yesterday. No, I just happen to know that, time isn't the best in all of us. Sometimes time gets away, and you don't remember things the way that they were. You're insulting me, Barry. Things I'll steal from you, and then question your intelligence. You insult me. You hurt me to the core.
Listen, Basti boy, I'll just cut to the chase.
Yeah, please do. Listen, we don't need to be beating around the bush. Let's just get right into the bush and get to it.
Despite knowing you stole from me, you know that
Yeah.
you did, and I know that you're lying to me. See, I've been following you for quite some time, and it would be a shame if anything or anyone you cared about got trashed or worse.
Is that so? And whom do you think you could use to blackmail me into doing what you want? What do you think you know?
I've had a few of the guys going in and out of. He looks up the sign Patina's, and well, seems to be a really nice, fair lady. Work in the shop. What a shame it would be if she got into a bit of trouble. Well, would you look at the time? I'm due for an afternoon massage and facial. And he pats you on the shoulder. See you soon, Basti boy.
As soon as he turns around, Allie's gonna grab him by the scruff of his neck. I'm thinking I have to make a tough roll for this.
Okay.
To kick some ass.
All right. You have to beat a 10.
Oh, God. Okay, that means I add nothing to it. So here we go. Oh. That is...
I don't know why I'm rolling so well. This never happens to me in any game ever. Except...
You're not going to believe...
What'd you get?
11. 11.
All right, so what do you do? What do you do?
He grabs him and smashes his head into, like, just knocks it, breaks the nose. Doesn't try and do anything further than that. But just into the building next to it. Probably Patina's glass, actually.
Okay.
The glass will crack a little bit. Let me make something very clear to you. You absolute rake. You swine. You bottom of the barrel piece of shit. If you ever get near that girl, if you come near her in any way, I will ensure that not only is your nose fractured to make you look more like the toucan you are and the absolute bottom feeder you are, but I will ensure that every other person that you know suffers a fate so gruesome that time itself will seem to hold on forever, that time will not pass, that you will wish that you could make the clock tick 1 second further. Do you understand me?
He wipes away at his bloody nose, looks at you, smiles, and says, well, I guess we'll just have to see what happens. And he walks away.
Yeah, it was good seeing you, Barry. Good seeing you indeed.
Right. So we're going to move from that just to outside of Teresa's. And here's what I'd like to talk about real quick. What's wrong? You don't know? Is everything okay? Oh, all right. Well, so Gil and Ezzy, you show up outside at Teresa's first, and Daimon is walking up at the same time.
Very cool. He's walking so slowly, so nonchalantly. Like one of his cigarettes, he's like just wiggling between his fingers, just playing the coolest cat you've ever seen as he walks very slowly to Teresa's door.
Why don't you go share your date ideas with that one? I'm sure they'd be far more appreciated.
Okay, hold on. First of all, you never tell me to go over and just do... So you're really mad at me? You must really.
I don't
like
know
him.
if I can feel mad, but I am annoyed.
I pass behind them. I just go, Eziel, good day.
Damon, hello.
Hello.
You can't even hide that smile on your face.
It's not so much a smile. It's,
Mm-hmm.
you know how I am around them.
Yeah, and I also know what happened for the last 3 years, and if you want to relive that, that's your choice. Anyway.
What did you think happened for the last 3 years, Gilliam? By the way, why do you smell of soup?
Oh, someone brought them soup today.
Soup smell is
Anyway.
just so pedestrian.
Shame. Anyway,
No, but I
think
actually-
this
but I actually
reinforces
wanted-
why I don't need any of that. So if that's how you want to spend your days, go for it. Have fun.
I will grab my book and I will write, "The Messiah smells like soup." Just so I get my point for the day.
How does someone smell like soup?
You can if you cook it.
Good
Food
soup.
smells from around the.
I just
Of course you can smell like soup.
look. Ezzy is going to look at Gil and starts to move to say something, and then just like kind of pulls his hand back and just, okay, Gil. I'm sorry. Yeah, we've got something to do. And he's a little sad because his brother's upset at him.
Does Daimon pick up on that?
Daimon is thinking about
Soup.
something he lost. And soup. And he's actually just gonna turn to Ezzy and say, "Did I left my Zippo at your apartment last night?"
Well, figure. Beat red, like all of the blood is rushing to their face as looking at Gil to see, like, please don't notice, please don't notice, please don't notice, please don't notice. We could check when we're done here.
And he puts the cigarette in his mouth. "I actually need it.
Right now?
I want to smoke."
What are you smoking right now? Is your cigarette lit?
It's not lit. I don't have my Zippo.
So you're just going.
No, I put it in my mouth.
Oh, I thought you were puffing. Sorry.
Jesus. Ezzy's going to reach into the void and pull out the Zippo that was definitely sitting on his nightstand. Here you go.
Thank you.
How has Gil reacted to anything that has just happened here?
He didn't notice.
Good.
No, I think Gil, upon dismissing you,
Ugh.
just went inside. Like, cool. If you do want to have a talk, probably heard like, "Hey, I'm missing something." I went, "Not my problem." I just went inside
Great.
to get to the office because he's historically been one of the first ones there, and he's not wasting his time with the two of you doing whatever conversation you're about to have.
Great. So while we do that, you all make your way in just after Gil.
Yeah.
The next to arrive outside of the building is B. You pull up in your car and you see that Allie is walking towards the building.
Oh,
She'll go to get out the car. Remember, her door is fucked up. We'll slide over the passenger to crawl out that side. And she goes, good. Was it evening? What time is it? Hold on, what day is it?
It's like afternoon-ish.
afternoon, Allie.
Allie is walking with this briskness, his coat like knocking against his legs, and there's just like intensity and light rage in his eyes as he looks over at you. He goes,
Oh,
Sorry about that.
and he pauses. Mrs. B, yes. Wanted to see you. Apologies for that.
It's okay.
outburst. It's been quite a morning and early afternoon.
Yeah, it seems like you're hiding a lot.
By what do you mean? As you see a piece of hair hanging down that's bright silver, and he kind of pushes it back, and you see that that earlier that day you'd seen like one or two streaks, and now like half. There's an entire like row that's just silver gray. What do you mean?
Well, that happened pretty quickly, didn't it?
Distress, one could say.
I know you seemed really upset earlier. Is there anything I can do to help?
Oh, I wish there was. Maybe. There's someone that I think you might want to meet. A very interesting individual. Someone who's a friend of mine.
Okay. Do they need help?
They've set limits for me. Something they haven't done before. We are partners in a way, and friends. And I was going to introduce her to someone, and she said no. And so I need to find someone new to bring forth. And you were one of the first people I thought of. Someone very kind and giving. Someone who understood those around her. Pure,
Am I a
one
sacrifice?
might say. I'm sorry, what?
Am I a sacrifice?
He looks at his feet. I'm sorry, I cannot do this. That is what I was attempting to do, is bring you to my benefactor. But I can't do that to you, B.
Sorry. No, you can. It's okay.
Oh, because she would love you. She would eat you whole and, slurp you up one moment at a time.
Actually, she rips out her journal. This is excellent. I've actually been told that I need to start writing more sapphic novels to begin with. So, the pronouns are she, her, correct?
Yes, that is what she
How
prefers.
would she slurp me up?
She would. I'm sorry. Is this? Are you asking for?
She flings her arms around you into a big hug. Thank you.
He kind of stands there, his arms not quite on, like not holding you, but you can feel his heart beating a little harder. And for him, you like, if you were to look up at him, he's almost like looking off as though he's been in a similar situation just moments before. And he, yes, you're quite right. Well, perhaps we can discuss it as we make our way up to Teresa's.
Trust me. I've got some ideas.
Yes, I'm sure you do. I will say, though, it depends on which way she'd present herself to you. Is she coming in her grandeur or her more slender form?
She reads the book again.
Can you describe me in detail both forms?
As they're walking
While you're
in.
doing that, you all make your way into Teresa's office. Is everyone sitting around the table? I'm assuming everyone is. I'm assuming that Damon's in a corner.
On a corner, looking at Teresa, being very judgmental, like, Teresa, you look a little stressed, my friend.
Teresa wipes her hat out of her face and just says, Damon, when have I not been stressed? I've already had to clean up all of your messes, so please, of course I'm going to be stressed. Any other jabs you would like to take before we start this meeting?
We're getting paid for that last mess, right?
You want me to pay you for a mess I cleaned up?
You probably just cleaned up a little bit. We did all the rest.
If closing an entire portal that could cause absolute destruction is a little bit of a mess, Daimon, then yes.
I think
What about the people who don't know how to close portals? I don't know how to close
dear.
it. I don't know. I personally don't know how to close a portal. I don't think I should be responsible, and my paycheck should be cut because of this.
I wasn't going to cut anyone's pay.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
But you're not going to get paid until the investigation's over. So, and it's not over yet. And actually, that's why you're all here, because I have some information for all of you. So thank you all for coming on short notice. And she's looking at Daimon, smiling really big, but you know that she's really annoyed with him right now.
And Daimon is just thinking, I hope the investigation is over before Friday.
Are there snacks here?
Yeah, there's a... Are you asking her or me?
I'm asking you. I'm not asking her right now.
Yeah, there's like a little a mini bar where and she's got like a bunch of whiskey and stuff, and then there's snacks. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ezzy would have been over at the mini bar, and he's like mixing up a drink, and then just like pulls out a second glass, mixes up another drink, and grabs like a little like thing of snacks, puts the snacks in front of Daimon and the other drink, and just kind of goes and sits back next to Gil.
Lovely.
I'll take my
right.
drink and my snack.
Enjoy. Does anyone else want a snack? Anyone else need refreshments? I think Ezzy is preparing them for everyone.
Yeah, you're not gonna share with the class.
Not for everyone.
You just get for one person.
Well, I
Can't
did.
believe
I'm
you.
in a hurry to
Everybody
get
here is
out
an
of here.
adult.
The more time we spend here, the less time we have figuring out the whole problem.
You're right. Apologies, Gil.
It was mainly
Okay.
shut Daimon up snack, but okay.
Yes, you gave a 5-year-old his bedtime snack. We're all very proud of you.
Gil seems to be in a better mood.
No, he's not.
Well, there's color at least in his cheeks this time.
Yeah, it's just me or does he smell like soup?
He smells so much like
Teresa,
soup.
you had a mission you needed us to do.
So much like soup. I can smell the vegetables all the way over here.
A little bit of bouillon. Okay, sorry.
You need us to go back to the school and find something else? Are we going elsewhere? What is it you
Okay.
needed from us?
Well,
Sorry, he's a little cranky today. I might have ruined.
I completely understand. We will unpack that at another time. I am very interested, but I have information to share with you all. Right. So I found some very interesting info that I think might help you with your investigation.
Define interesting.
Or I'm going to fire you in 3 seconds, Daimon.
No, please no.
Senor. Perhaps we should listen to what she has to say.
I'll listen to Teresa, but she's always mean to me.
Well, here, let's have your snack a little bit.
2,
Just this.
1. You're gonna hold up your end of the bargain, Teresa.
Did you
First,
Don't listen to this
Gil shouts at me
soup-smelling
after he said-
god.
first the symbols and portals. She says very pointedly. For what you've shown me, it looks like these were one-way portals tied to sacrificial rituals. Larger portals can open up pathways for bigger nefarious beings to enter into the world. The bigger the sacrifice, the bigger the portal. Spilling any kind of blood will activate them, and anyone behind these portals likely have malicious intent. Second, there are bearers and invokers. Bearers are powerful beings that make deals with the ones that summon them, or invokers. And in exchange for powers, they get eternal life, healing, wishes granted. Whatever the case, the invokers offer souls that the bearer deems worthy to keep the contract going. Yes, Daimon.
Does somebody called Dinkle qualify as an invoker? That's a terrible name
And all-
for someone who has that kind of power.
I think the intent matters more than the name, Damon. Moving on now.
It's fine.
Bearers give their invokers gifts with symbols on them, and sometimes the bearer gives these gifts to people they think could be an asset to them in the future.
Can I
Interesting.
look on my pen for a symbol?
Yeah. You see symbols.
Did they match a certain necklace?
Right.
You will all have time to discuss after Teresa reads things out. The only way to break one of these ties is to either kill the bearer or siphon them of all of their powers to use however the invoker wishes. But this is usually incredibly difficult, and oftentimes invokers don't know there's a way out. Once the contract ends, the invoker loses their perks and a piece of their soul, if that's not what they offered to begin with, and it belongs to the bearer. If they are killed, it's not clear what happens, and it really depends on the contract. Some of the more frustrating situations include bearers allowing their invokers to have their own invokers to give them a false sense of control, when really the bearer is getting what they want either way. And that could be along the lines of destruction, the end of the world, mischief, or even playing God. And sometimes there are talismans or pendants, and sometimes they're not all what they seem. They could be any object or even sometimes an essence, as long as they have the symbols tying the bearer to the invoker. So as long as they possess the gift, they have the powers and sometimes more. And it could be that the souls are used to fuel magic, and it takes it could be that the souls are used to fuel the magic it takes for the portals to run, and blood is what activates them. The last thing is, B, I remember you asked about time stopping. That's not something I've seen, but it could be the result of an enchantment on an item, but there isn't a tie directly to portals. But yes, any questions that you might have?
And what does that all have to do with today's mission, or what you need from us?
Well, you've asked me if you needed, you all needed more information, and I found it for you. Because you need to basically figure out what's happening with these portals. They keep happening, find the person that's doing it, and stop them.
Interesting. Okay.
B raises her hand.
Yes, B.
If there were to be relations between a bearer and an invoker, would that affect the magic?
Relations.
You know.
As before you answer, I just whisper in Ez's ear, "Are you a bearer or an invoker?"
Chokes on my drink. I think she's asking about fornication, Teresa.
Well, I'm just wondering if there are other methods. We're getting a lot of, carnal desires here. Souls must feed them. Blood must summon them. So, does it have to be a soul, or can it be a part of your soul in another way? Some people interpret it, and she just
I think
total
okay.
rambling.
Yeah, so Teresa would basically just respond with, it really depends on the contract, and depending on who's. I'm sure some people choose to fornicate as part of their soul, but I don't think it's the case for every.
Are the invokers aware of their contracts, or are they easily found?
Easily found?
Mm-hmm. Like, can you find your contract?
I think that they would potentially let me figure out what I know real quick and can give. What does Teresa know? She knows apparently nothing, but I'm gonna give you information anyway.
Hypothetical,
They will
of
have,
course.
yeah, they will have been given a contract at the start of their deal, and they will have had to. Is Sean okay?
Yeah, said beer.
He said BRB.
Okay, I didn't
BRB.
see it. I had my face covered. They will have both needed to consent to the deal before anything.
So, are perhaps the bearers bringing these demons into the world for some means?
Some may want to just cause chaos. It's really hard to tell. There are many bearers that want to watch the world burn, and some just have more mischievous intentions.
So ideally, our goal would be to kill these bearers.
Yes.
Are we murderers
And
now?
sometimes it's harder. You tell me, but also, it might be hard to pin whether someone is a bearer or somebody who's an invoker with an invoker. So
right, because
it
some
could
of
be
them stack kind of thing.
yes, to give a false sense of control. So it really just depends.
Is it easier if you kill an invoker? Does that lessen the bearer's power or affect them in any way?
It might.
She side eyes Allie.
Would you happen to know anything about that?
And you had mentioned something about something happened to the beholder. You know what? What happens to the invokers at that point? You know, they poofed, or they just continue to live their lives as they see fit.
I don't think I found much about that. So if you want, I can do a bit more research, or you can all do that on your own time, but I haven't found anything about what happens to the invokers once the bearer dies.
Good to know. Good to know.
Ezzy, you had a question?
Hypothetically, what does it? Can anybody be a bearer?
I think, from what I've read, it's usually people who are not in this world that may have taken shape as someone from this world.
Okay.
Right, does anyone else have any questions for me?
Yeah. Where do you?
She's
where do you
avoiding
get-
eye contact with
Where do
Daimon.
you get this pistachio? Where do you get these pistachios? They're amazing.
The store. Would anyone like anything to drink? Would anyone like anything to eat? Actually, I'll be right back. And she walks away for a minute to give you some space if you all want to chat about anything.
Well, I guess I made a deal unknowingly.
And she kind of shows off the symbols on her pen.
Do the symbols look familiar, like a necklace?
I was about to ask the same shit.
Or does it give off
Yeah.
a similar magical aura?
Gil, you would see the same magical aura as on your mother's pendant.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Can I check my Bible real fast?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna check my Bible real fast for signs that I don't think I've noticed before.
You never really look at what is the part of the book that's like closed the
Spine?
binding?
Spine.
The
Thank you.
binding, yeah.
You look at the spine of the book, which you never look at because you hadn't come up with a title yet, so there's nothing for you to really look at. But you notice that there's these intricate symbols on them.
Hey, B, can I see the pen a little bit?
Yes. Sure, but you have to give it back.
No, I'm not. I don't want to touch
It was
it.
given to me.
Show-
It was given to me by a fan who I guess is a bearer, and who I guess I'm their invoker
Just show-
unknowingly.
show- just
I haven't given anyone souls though.
Just compare the symbols to my book.
Okay.
Looks at both.
They look fairly similar.
Oh shit!
Ooh. Do we have the same bearer?
I don't think so. I was given this by, who, the organization. The guys that I owe money to.
So they're... Do you think they're invokers too?
I have no idea.
Do we even know what these mean?
And she starts to draw them out, like on her, out in her little journal that she's taking notes on.
Do you guys know what these mean?
And holds up the
Allie
symbols.
literally, like, as you're drawing, like, slaps your hand, like,
Ow!
to
Alabaster, what? Why?
Hey, don't be rude
he
to
at
my
this point
follower.
he has not pulled out his pocket watch. He already knows what's on his. He just pulls out instead the book that Dinkle had, and just slides it over.
Yeah, I've been doing some research, and listen, you start drawing that stuff, and bad things happen. So let's try to avoid doodling those incantations anyway. We don't want anything bad to happen to anyone at this table.
Gossen, do you have
But,
any knowledge of this?
And it's,
Mind if I borrow that book?
Yeah, certainly.
he
As he's gonna
physically
grab-
turns it and pushes it over to Gil.
As he's gonna grab Gil's hand,
Okay.
and mainly, like, because I figure you always have your mind reading open and everything. So the first thing that is running through his head is like, why do these look like Mom's necklace? Why do these look like Mom's necklace?
I'm just gonna browse these real quick, and I am going to find as much as I can the exact sequence in which they appeared on the necklace before the necklace got to my head. I want to try and find what it spells out,
What it spells out?
or like what order they like. Because I imagine on the necklace they were in an order. I want to recreate that order in the book, and see what I can do.
You would
See what I can see.
You would basically, well, I don't think you would have to roll or anything necessary. You would know that everything you're looking at match. Everything matches your
Mhm.
mom's necklace.
But on the necklace, were they in like an order, or were they just kind of overlaid on top of each other?
They were overlaid on top of each other, so the same carvings, the same sketches, whatever it is, they all match. So there's nothing that needs to really be put together other than the fact that everything is the same.
It doesn't surprise me. She lies to everyone. But,
Do you say that out
I think
loud?
Then,
Do you say that out loud?
no,
Okay.
I do
okay.
not.
Just making sure.
I was like, whoa!
yeah, like,
No.
who
I
lies to
think
everyone?
then he's just having and is going to try and read, because I imagine on each one it will have like a description of the symbol, and just read the description of each symbol then, in that case.
The symbols are like just basically intricate carvings. It also reminds you sort of like, if you can imagine a bunch of Ouroboroses going on, and a lot of it makes you feel like eternal life is happening. But it strikes you as strange that your mom would have a necklace for eternal life. Or maybe something to do with not just eternal life, but like something that, why would she need one? Is what goes through your mind. And Teresa comes back out. She says, right, have we all come up with anything? And suddenly stops talking mid-sentence, holds onto her neck, and falls to the ground.
No!
And then the door to Teresa's bursts open, and a group of criminal-looking guys come charging in. Some of them are dragging a woman in with caramel skin, long black hair, with purple and pink flowers in it, with a white dress and yellow polka dots that's been torn. She looks like she's been hurt. And she picks up her head and locks eyes with Ezzy. Ezzy? And she looks over and sees Allie and says, Allie? And she
Looks at
sort of...
Alabaster.
Allie's looking directly at Dia, does not even like care about Ezzy at this point.
And then two men walk in side by side, arm in arm, with their chests puffed out, walking like this. And one of them says, Basti boy, you really should watch your back more often. My threats weren't really threats, and I wanted to give you a false sense of hope. And the other person steps forward, looks at Daimon and the rest of you. And you can see that they're wearing a suit with the letters ROCOC on the breast pocket. It wasn't hard to find you either, since the Registry of Cult Organizations has been hot on your tail since the Winged One. Looks over at Ezzy, was flying around in front of everyone's salads, especially flying around at the Black Cat nightclub. We weren't sure if they were, we weren't even sure if they were with you until you all left as a pack. Your time is up, bucko. We're here to collect.
No, wait,
Give us the goods.
wait.
Give us the goods, or
We have until.
we're taking this little lady along for a joyride.
I don't know who this little lady
Push
is,
it.
and it's until Friday. I have until Friday.
We're here to collect, bucko. What can we say? We've been waiting way too long. You've been in the red for too long. And
You
those
already have one
subscriptions.
follower. Look, tell them. B.
Hi. I'm a follower, and I'm a little confused why threats are being made. So if you could just release this woman, I'm sure we could come to an understanding.
No.
Oh no, I'm quite sorry, Barbara. There's going to be no understanding. And he's looking
That's going to
directly
be a problem
at
then.
Barry.
And then she pulls out a gun.
Pulls out a gun and does what?
She said, I just said, let her go, and we can potentially come to an understanding.
B. These people are not. They're not people you point guns at. They're not.
Dia?
No, they're not.
Really?
The people you smashed the faces
No,
in.
no.
And he looks at Barry. How's your nose, by the way? Is it still throbbing? You fucking toucan.
Toucan? Sorry, that's a...
He's got a big ass nose. Now it's broken.
You think you're sorry, wrong voice. You think you're so funny, don't you? You think you're so funny. Well, guess what? We're gonna leave with this lady right now. And
I shoot off a warning shot.
that doesn't stop them. They're making their way out, and you see that they're starting to fade away from the scene.
Oh, absolutely.
Gil?
I would like to use my magic to trap a specific person, minion, or monster.
Okay.
And I would like to trap Dia in this room so they can't remove her.
Okay. Please roll for that.
Yep, we're gonna see how it goes.
Yeah, you
Okay,
do
well
that.
that's
I guess
a 6, but it goes up to a 9 because I have a +3 to weird.
Okay.
But just for everyone to know, it was a 6 on the dice.
I would say you want to keep the Dia there, but it works ineffectively. I think what happens as they're trying to teleport away, she stays for just a moment, and there's a moment for you all to grab her. But if you want to do this, I don't want to give you a glitch for this because I obviously want you to this to work. But this would need to take big magic to keep her here. And the way that that's going to work is if people who care about Dia want to roll magic, everyone needs to get a 10 to keep her here. And when I say everyone, I mean whoever wants to roll.
What if I don't want to keep her here?
If you don't, then you don't have to roll or do anything about
What
it.
if I want
can
to and
fail
I'm
the roll.
-1 to weird?
No. Walk with me here.
Okay.
I don't want to keep her here, but I want to get her away from them. In the moment that Gil has kept her here just long enough for me to be able to reach out to her,
Okay.
I would like to try and teleport us both out of here.
Okay, so you would have to roll for your little angel wings, right?
I would.
Okay, so that would be your... It is angel wings. So you can go instantly anywhere you visited before to a person you know well. When you carry 1 or 2 people with you, roll weird. On a 10, you go where you want. On a 7 to 9, you don't manage it.
1 or
Don't
2?
quite manage it. So it's like, I'm trying to get her out of here.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody else is trying to do something else, I just want to know how this will play into things.
What'd you roll?
I didn't roll yet.
Okay.
I ain't roll yet. I'm scared. Please do good.
How'd you? Oh no.
That's a 3.
You don't quite get her. You don't quite get to her. I will give people one more chance. Otherwise, she's out.
I am
They're
going.
taking her.
I am going to. There. Who is like holding her or teleporting with her?
There's basically there's a group of criminals,
Right, but like how many?
who are holding. There's like a group, so they outnumber you by like 3 or 4.
Okay.
But depending on, we count the 2 guys, and there's like 6 of them, so there's 8 of them
Okay.
total.
Cool. So I
Okay.
want to use dominate mind, or what is it? Mental domination to force potentially 3 of them to stay, and I
Okay.
want the 3 that are like holding on to or are whisking Dia away.
Okay.
Again, if I can manage the 3, I have to get a 10 or better with my charm. So it's possible. That's a
What'd you get?
13. 10
All
on the
right,
die.
So, hold 3. They will follow your order. 3 of them will follow your order then,
Stay.
right?
How many are we
Stay
talking
and
about?
get.
How many of this
Stay and get on
Roko-
your knees.
So, here's what happens. 3 of them stay with Dia. The others leave, including Barry and the guy from collections.
Okay.
So, as you're as they're all there, you hear some familiar voices from downstairs and from the window. So you all run over to the window, and you hear, "Senor, Senor, I tried to reason with them. Help!" And then a second voice, "Crowley, what are you doing here?" And we'll continue this in the next episode.
What?
We're continuing this in the next episode. But also the truck says ROCO, Roko. And that is the end of this episode. So everyone,
Jesus Christ.
we are you've got Dia, but you hear your mother and you hear Kevin.
And apparently we're all invokers.
Apparently.
I'm not an invoker. Okay.
That was
We haven't seen if you have a secret little symbol hidden somewhere.
On your bow.
Daimon probably saw
do
it
I
if it's
have
hidden
any-
somewhere.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
have
we're
any-
gonna say bye to everyone. We're gonna end the episode. Who would like to go first? I choose Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Gil. You can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed, and that's me.
You can choose someone else.
Emma.
Hi, I'm emmaromasco. You can find me as my name, emmaromasco_VO. I was playing B today. And I popcorn to Keon.
I am Keon. I got my brother Keon across all of the internets, and I was playing Ezzy today, and I love him so much. And I'm going to send it over to Danielle.
Hi, my name is Danielle, and you can find me as DMTTA online, and I'm playing the charming, super cool Daimon Tabletail.
And
Last but not least,
Yeah.
Jacob.
hi, I'm Jacob. My brain just broke there. Because how are we ending? Oh my God, cliffhanger. You can find me on all the socials at JR Shore Lunch. That's JRSCHOR Lunch. And I played Alabaster Mulberry, or Allie. And like Ezzy, like Keon, I also love Allie, but can we have more, please? More? That's me.
And I'm Gloria. Glow Pinkster. Charm Party. I want all my games to feel like everyone's hanging out with their friends. And we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.